Look what you've done for me.
My favorite part about camp was the services and just spending time with the kids and just seeing our teenagers being on fire for the Lord really blessed me and made me think about my relationship with the Lord.
The service because I felt like I got closer to God.
My favorite part about camp was definitely like the services and stuff because that's always my favorite part of camp. You know, it's fun going on the blob and on the water slide and stuff like that. But whenever you go to the services, there's just like, you know, so much more than just like the fun. You get spiritual connection with God, spiritual connection with your friends and everyone else.
My favorite part about camp is always the services. This year more than ever, I think our youth entered into the services, and what I saw was a lot of times, from my perspective as camp director, I see a lot of kids, and it's great, they raise their hands, but they kind of look around to see who's watching them. And I noticed something, and I told this to a couple other leaders, and I told Heather, I said, you know, I see a lot of our kids on their own without anybody telling them to raise their hands or lift their hands. I saw them going off on their own and worshiping and praising God.
The favorite part about camp was the services because I felt the connection with God.
I liked being with my friends after the services, just seeing how each service affected them, which service they found to be the most, I guess, touching to them.
In service, the ending part, because we get to learn about God and we get to be with God and how it changes us.
I didn't really have a favorite part. I liked everything.
It's not a question of what you can do for me.
I liked the third sermon. It was a little according to your calling, because that was the night that I really talked with God. I communicated, and I just learned so much about myself that I didn't know.
The fourth one, because of the communion, we got to watch some of the Passion of the Christ. The third one, which was the calling, because God spoke to me. It told me to remember that I'm a Christian, because sometimes I forget.
To learn about the character, because he really told me about how I should act.
The third night, which was Live According to Your Calling, and that was the first night, that's probably in about 2 years, that God has really like spoken to my heart, to just instilled some words into my heart that'll definitely stick with me for a very, very long time.
I would have to say using effective communication, because I've really learned to like get closer to God and communicate with Him.
The last one was my favorite because we got to pray together.
My favorite sermon was the third one, the sermon that talked about finding your purpose in God. To me, that's one of the most important issues is finding your purpose. I know once I found my purpose, it changed my life. It changed what I was focused on. It changed who I was around. It changed, basically every aspect of my life.
Probably the second to last day because I felt it. Felt more spiritually attached to God.
The fourth one,
Why?
because I gained more ground with God.
What can I do for you? Yeah.
Well, I got saved, so that's a big plus.
I know more about God and how He saved me and what He did for me.
For me personally, it's just always good for me to be in an environment where there's that many people hungry for God and the worship was intense. And when you're in a room with 250, mostly youth, and you just can hear them singing, and so often what you're told about this culture is that kids don't respond, and so many kids don't love God. It's great to be in an environment, in a room like that, where there's that many people with one purpose and one goal, that is to worship God.
Now I have a relationship that isn't only like, it's like more than what I had before. Now not only do I have a relationship, but I communicate with God.
To me, I actually went to camp as a counselor, and I went to serve, and just seeing the younger people who were worshiping God and seeking after God, it actually re-energized me. It actually increased the fire and the passion I had to serve God just by seeing everyone else worship and serve God.
Since this year God spoke to me and all of the things that happened, that I don't think that this year I'm going to plateau, I'm going to fall, I'm going to meet an obstacle. I think I'm just going to keep going with it for the first time.
Even though I was saved at Blizzard, my relationship at camp grew stronger with God.
Spiritually, I think I just have to be more tolerant and just chill out whenever I'm really mad. I got to communicate to God.
I got saved and I left with a happier heart.
As the mountains fall down and the rivers part at your feet, your creation sings.
On the third night, Josh Grimes told everyone that God was going to speak one word to their heart, and the word that was spoken to me was dignity. And I was having doubts about myself, not just, with what I was capable of, but also, I was having some problems with body image and stuff like that. But God spoke to me and He told me that I need to have dignity, I need to have more pride in the fact that I'm a Christian. God really does interact with us, and He really does, He can speak to us and stuff like that in our everyday life.
I kind of renewed my faith as well because I just kind of fell out since school ended. I learned that I need to read my Bible more, and after camp I actually started reading my Bible. It helped me out a lot. At one of the services, God gave almost a lot of people a word that they can just live by throughout their life. My word that I got from God was faith, and it literally changed my relationship with Him, because I don't know, recently I've been doubting, questioning my faith. Just the fact that God told me that if I have faith, that my life would just go so much better was really, really touching, and I was completely agreeing with that. It was just awesome to me just to see the youth just really be on fire for the Lord, and just to see them sob in the services and see how much unity was there with our group. That really blessed me.
On the third night, we got the one word inside, and my word was remember. And after Blizzard and stuff, even though I was saved, I still didn't remember I was a Christian at times. But now I have to remember that I'm a Christian.
Well, I was saved at camp in 1980. I gave my heart to the Lord for the first time where I really knew what I was doing. And I'm sure I did it before then, growing up in church and just in Sunday school. But the first time that I made a commitment where I understood what I was doing was 1980 church camp in Clear Lake, Iowa. So obviously that is the highlight of my life, and it took place at church.